Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode of the official Ark podcast, back with number 403. My name's Coach MT, and I'm here live today with the core team. Your host for tonight, as always, the one and only, the unforkable, Mr. Atlas. The floor is all yours, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Coach MT. And folks, welcome back to another edition of the Ark Daily podcast. This is Friday, December 8th. That's right, it's Friday again. And we're here, calm, cool, collected, building. What a day, folks. I wish I could tell you the behind-the-scenes details, spill the beans. We are working on a massive partnership. It's more complex. It's bigger than I had imagined. We're getting wins every inch on the field. Instead of fumbling like others, we're moving forward and gaining power. And if we've taken a step back through this journey, it's only been to get more momentum, more push forward. The false messiahs are everywhere. The rugs, the people that are recreating the same game, what we call the same pig with lipsticks, are everywhere attacking. They lack a backbone, they lack integrity, they lack leadership. They point the finger, they change the rules. After they've had your money, they change the rules over and over and over again. When we set out to build the Ark, we were very clear as to the rules and the intentions. To never make anyone hostage, to let the cycles play, to be committed to work hard, to be fair, to be just, and understand and explain to every single investor the risk. There's always a risk in investing, especially into high yield. We stand proud. Almost 6 months, 2% a day, folks. That is a feat. That is honorable. There's some survivors in the space, and the only reason they survived is by screwing people over, by making them hostages, making them slaves. Hard-earned money. Good for the developers, bad for the community. That's not what we do here, folks. We've been honored by your patience, by your commitment, and given us the opportunity to build. And now that the ROI gap has gone and sunk into the crypto abyss, laying gently next to the Titanic, it served its purpose, and if folks played the game correctly, they won. It wasn't to get from one destination to the other. It was to go on the journey, the adventure, and win. No Kool-Aid, no hostages, plenty of lifeboats, and we let the women and the children out first, because that's what men do. They're gentlemen. And the staff here and the captain has gone down with the ship. But we've converted it into a submarine. And we've had our life support, and we've continued to build. And the gold didn't sink down. No, it's riding with us. And it's being spent on the developers that are building the future of the Ark, the foundation of the products that are going to take us to new worlds, to new stratospheres, that the DGen ROI DApp community can't even fathom or understand. Whether you like it or not, and you have played the game right, and you decided to stay into the LSA and move to the NFT side of the investment, you're going to be looked after. You're going to grow. You have a bright future here. We thank you for that. Happy days, big moves. I cannot say any more of what's happening here behind the scenes. There's a small partnership. There's a massive partnership. Over 300,000 investors on the table. I'm flying to Zurich next week, opening our bank account, starting the process. There's a lot of great stuff happening. The enthusiasm is overwhelming. And with that, I'm turning it over to the man himself, Mr. Brett Nordin. Take it over, sir. Sheesh.
All right. Pumped up. I was kind of burned out a little, and now I'm fired up. from burned out to fired up. That's awesome. Did you want to show the Terrance video, or were you going to save that for later?
After your update, sir.
Okay, I got you.
It's just magic in the making. It's the truth of what we've done here. It's working every day, Brett, the way you've done, the way I've done, while nobody's been looking, but doing it in a way that is every single person was actually looking. That's the kind of commitment we have here.
Absolutely.
Being alone, but thinking there's a million eyes, because there will be, because we're going to earn them, we're going to garner them, we're going to flourish in everything that we do here. Go ahead, sir. Updates, and then we're going to see the Terrance coming back home. Sheesh.
I always love Terrance's videos. He caught our attention early. He's the master at telling the story. So can't wait to see it. Just a quick wrap up on Alex's progress this week. He's about halfway done with the new website, so we've got a few more days to go, along with some of the other priorities that he's working on. So I know he's doing some things for you, Atlas, to support some of those partnerships and the things that we're doing on the back end. He's also been working on the implementation of the new air card that supports euros versus USD. So that's going to be huge. I know we're really going to push on those air cards because they are sort of like the popcorn at the Ark here, easy to eat. And, as people get used to and comfortable, it's the easy one to start with. If you don't want to take the plunge for the Terra card, the air card is an easy entry point into the Ark ecosystem. And then we can develop that relationship and that trust with the products and then go from there. So that's going to be a great update. I know the Europeans will appreciate that. Those fees that they're paying right now to, do the currency swap isn't always favorable. So that'll be a nice addition and a nice benefit for the air card users. So hopefully that will also increase the number of sales. And as we attract people, more and more people to the product, that will just, bring more positivity and people using the product, consuming the product. And as this bull run kicks off, I think they'll need a place to come, to off ramp those gains and make that crypto really work for them in the real world. So nice updates from Alex, and always strong effort and work. He's always active in the community. If you have any questions, technical support, Alex is there, as well as Coach MT. And we're seeing positive response in the chats and some new people coming in from some of the activities that's been going on. And now we're going to see a video from DJ Khaled. So that's exciting. There are some influencers and people, out pushing the product and benefiting from the two-tier affiliate system from both the Air card and the Terra card. Both have the two-tier affiliate system. So nice week finishing up for Alex. I know he's got some things going on this weekend, but we'll be hard at work and busy with the coming weeks. And then on the privacy products, we did finish up our sprint, and I just wanted to, I can go through our report that they sent us. I just want to pull it up here on my computer.
So what they do is at the end of every sprint, they kind of send out a progress report so that we understand, what the milestones were that were met. And we had our nice demo yesterday, which was awesome. We got to see the product in action just to make sure that we're all, in sync with what's going on. And then we got the report today. So I've been going through the sprint activities, the timesheets, all of that kind of stuff today. A lot of administrative work. But I'll just go through the progress update that they sent. So the first item is the zero knowledge implementation. That status is complete. It was a kind of a complex and difficult task to integrate zero knowledge across the application and integrate it with the storage system. We've got that complete now, so that was a major milestone win. And then on the authorization service, the authorization is the OTP options, the sign up and sign in, the password creation. So basically all the account creation stuff, acceptance of the terms and conditions, as well as the auth app and the OTP. So that's basically how you do the multi-factor authentication, and then the update to the registration flow, which is the login, the passphrase, and then the logout. And the passphrase is what you really need for the zero knowledge, and that's what encrypts all of your data in the backend storage. And then the update on the storage service, that status, it's complete. So the searching, the sorting, managing files, downloading, replacing files, the zero knowledge implementation, the sharing functionality, which is for both public links sharing as well as internal user-to-user sharing within the system. And then just being able to scroll through all of the documents as well as search and everything. And then the trashing of and deleting, which it sounds simple, but with zero knowledge, it's kind of a challenge. So we got through that technically. And now we're into the Q&A phase or QA phase. So the quality assurance, they're going back through the code, making sure everything works properly. So it's done by a separate person within the organization to make sure that everything checks and balances, which is great. And now we're on to the email service. So really, we're about halfway done with the email. We've gotten through adding an attachment to the emails, the integration with the email server, and then the main UI is complete, and that's what we saw this last week. And we're working now on sending and receiving end-to-end encryption, and we're doing that in kind of a unique way. Can't really reveal too much about it, but we're basically making sure that the zero knowledge is implemented in addition to end-to-end encryption. So they're both working together. We're doubling up. Yes, we are. And so not only is it zero knowledge, fully decentralized on the back end, but then also the end-to-end encryption will also be in place. So that's where we're at. The next phase really is getting into the password passkey management system and finishing up the email module. And so it's a nice update, got a great report, and I'm just finishing up going through that. And then I'm going to be publishing the roadmap that kind of shows this high level overview of all the system modules, and then gives us an idea of where we're at in terms of the calendar. And so everybody can kind of keep up, and maybe we'll show that, during our presentations, and maybe I'll go through it once a week or so, as we are, in the development process now, but things don't happen super fast. This is, a lot of work, a lot of coding, a lot of back end to front end connections that still need to be done, and also design work to finish up the app. So that's about it from me. Anything else that you wanted to touch on the development side?
No, sir. Great to see the sprint delivered today. Great demo. We're very happy with the results. We understand what we're building. We're very clear as to the market potential. Very excited. We're already in talks with the bankers in Switzerland. They're asking the hard questions.
Yeah.
What type of business is this? What kind of a revenue? Are you looking at, I mean, these type of people, they hate creating accounts for losers. They don't want winners. You go to these folks, you say, I have money, I have revenue to bring. They laugh at you. They have plenty of money. They don't need
it's kind of funny. They in the US, you go to open a bank account and they're just like, hey, give me your corporate documents and in your tax ID and you're in, right? They don't care. Just like, give me your money. But yeah, these guys, they want to make sure you've got a viable business and a runway. So yeah, they ask the tough ones, the hey, show me your business plan, show me your the economics behind this, what's your cash flow look like, how are you going to sustain this? And yeah, it makes sense. But it's almost like they're investing in you, right?
They are, because it's taking their time when everybody's like, take my money. They're like, we have money. I mean, what are you bringing to the table? What innovation, what's special about you? And boy, I mean, we love it because we know what's special about us. We know the way that we do business is far superior and bar none than anything we see, at least in this space. But now it's not just this space. We're going into a different realm. We want to be sitting across the street from Proton Mail that has over 100 million paying customers in just 9 years in this space. It's a great feat, but every day we're building, every day we're qualifying, and we're lucky to have the resources, the relationships to be able to get a seat at the table. We've done it time and time again. I challenge any one of these, false prophets to go out there, and they call themselves banks, but they're not a bank, and they have not a single banking product besides a Ponzi scheme. Nothing to do with banking. No licenses, no actual, connections to either fintech or traditional banking. It's so easy to talk BS and consider things to be true utilities which are not. To say they have a seat at the table where they don't, they're a spectator. But anyway, enough of that. Great update, Mr. Brett. Let's enjoy the homecoming. And this is what I've been talking about for the past 2 weeks. I gave a big speech not too long ago, how we would see people come back home to find a true value. Maybe Coach Mistletoe tell us which of the episodes it was, but I went on a rant on what we're going to see and witness happening here from the community side to folks that have just been, lured into all kinds of things and are going to realize that their true value, their true asset. I mean, we let them come into the legacy NFT, which we always said was the true partnership with this team. And those that wanted to sell, we let them sell. Whether you sold or whether you moved to the LSA, whether you're holding NFTs, you're going to want to come back here sooner or later. To us, it doesn't matter. There's so many people knocking down our door saying, please let us in. And we're holding back. We're giving first the chance to the community. When the VCs roll up, my friends, do not think for a minute that we're going to discontinue to be the genuine people that we are, that we're not going to be here doing our podcast. We love what we do, but we have to give the opportunity to the small investors first. And when the big players step in, let them step in, but it's going to be on our terms, not their terms. It's going to be to ensure that your investment here gets respected and gives you back so much that when they come in, you feel like, BlackRock's coming in to pump your tokens. That's the beauty of it. Coach MT, bring it to us. Let's reconvene with Terrance Pounds. The man's a legend. And it's great to see the inspiration of them coming back home. I mean, Bizy Dips on the stream here live. Sheesh. No better place to be.
Let's go. Let's go. He's back. He's back with another video. And like you said, I think it's been a few months at least, 4 or 5 months since he's made a video. And I was even looking, he has a website too, and he's got Ark all over his website. It's pretty cool. So he is definitely a legend here on the Ark. He's got a new video. He's all bullish. It's actually a Zoom call. I think he's presenting Ark to a bunch of his fellow investor friends. So let's dive right into it and check out Terrance Pound's new bullish video on the rise, the future of the Ark. Let's go.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's been a long time. ArkFi, is this real? Like, is it even real that I'm talking about ArkFi at this point? Well, yes, I am. So, folks, if I haven't already told you, I'm not a financial advisor, super risky YouTube dude, clever content creator. I've been in ArkFi for over a year. Haven't did a video in probably 5 or 6 months. Reason why is because the token price was crashing in the ROI DApp. The ROI DApp is now over, but the ROI DApp wasn't all that was to Ark. You have Atlas, you have Brett, you have the whole development team over there, you have Brad, you got Mr. Green, you got real people that are still having podcasts every single day, 7 days a week, right in the Telegram channel open into the community. Now, even though the ROI DApp is gone, they have tons of different things going on, utility products, NFTs, privacy features, tons of different stuff still going on. And these things, these external revenue sources, feed back into the NFT holders' pockets. And so, folks, I'm not a financial advisor, super risky YouTube dude. I still like Ark a lot. Now, not my favorite project because I'm not making the type of money that I was making from it before. And that 2% per day, 7 days was a week, was great until the project started, the token price started going down. Now, folks, but I got NFTs. As you see, I got $53,000 in NFTs over here, right? Now, folks, I had 20 Ark wallets at one point in time. And what I did was I combined all of my Ark NFTs into one wallet, which at that time it was like 60 NFTs. And then I just combined them all, right? Now, you're probably thinking like, dang, what are you talking about? You combining NFTs and all this stuff? Well, what Ark did was, since the ROI DApp is over, they allowed you to move your NFT that was locked until the end of the contract if you wanted to. Sell it to somebody else, whatever you want to do. Contract's over. However, these NFTs are still paying a yield, right? Based off of that external revenue. Now, folks, you see I got 53,000 over 7 NFTs. I'll show you those in just a second. And then you can come over and like calculate your returns. Like, does it make sense for you to consider Ark again? You know, who knows? That's totally up to you. I'm not telling you what to do, but does it make sense to consider Ark again? Well, if you decide to get an NFT, they got as low as the copper NFTs, folks, that you can get for just $100 now, right? And then, folks, they got NFTs at every level. They got the $100 NFTs, the $200 NFT, $500, $1,000, $4,000, $10,000, $50,000, and $100,000, right? You can pick any one you want, one or more. But just looking at the copper, folks, right? If they're making $100,000 in profit, right, monthly, right? The copper is going to yield you 27% a day, $100 a year, right? So take you a year to break even on that $100, right? Then, folks, if you came in with the 10 copper, right? The 10, I'm sorry, $244, you're making 20% $20 a month, right? Then if you came in with the bronze, which is at 500, you make about $488 in that year at those prices, right? Now I'm gonna show you some things the way you can make it faster, right? The silver, folks, right? Once again, you're gonna make about $1,000 over that course of the year, right? The gold, folks, you're gonna make about $3,800 over the course of the year, $81 a week. And that's just saying that they're at 100,000. And that's on the low end, right? That I think, right? The platinum, folks, you see, you get your 10 grand back in a year. The iridium, you see, you get your 50,000 back in a year. And then lastly, the diamond, you'll get your 100,000 back almost in a year. Now, folks, these are numbers at the lowest level. Now, the silver is what they used to start as $1,000. Now, 100,000 in profit gives you 975 a year. But folks, just look. What if it is, a couple million in profit, right? 16.5 in a year from $1,000, right? And then we just go and let's just say they do 5 million profit in a year, right? You can come play that NFT, right? Looking pretty good for, $1,000 investment over a year. And if they did $10,000 profit monthly, these are the type of numbers that you would get. So I think this is crazy opportunity right now for ARK. And the earlier you get in, the earlier a boost you get, right? And so right now, tier one gives you 25% more power, right? Tier two would be 20%. Now, what are these different tiers, right? This just means that the earlier you buy an NFT, the more you're going to get paid. You get a little bonus, right? Just a little bonus. And once they reach to 2 million, that's tier two, the bonus gets less and less and less. You still get the rewards, but this is a bonus on top of everything. Now, we talked about ARK products. What do they have going on? Well, they have the ramp. You can jump in and into crypto using your favorite payment methods. You can be up and running DeFi in seconds. So this is a way to buy crypto very easily with ARK. Now, folks, you may have not known, they also have debit cards already. Anonymous. You heard me say anonymous. Low fees and accepted everywhere. You can even use them with Apple Pay and Google Pay. Ain't that dope? You can use them with Apple Pay and Google Pay. That's what I use mine with my Apple Pay because I don't have a bank, and so this allows me to do that. So you can easily get set up like that. And then, folks, legacy NFTs. This just shows you the breakdown of what the different costs on the legacy NFTs. I've already told you that when I was over there on the other side before I went through this, but this is what they look like and what they cost. You decide you want to buy crypto, folks, you click on the link. It's going to bring you right over here to this ramp so that you can get started, buy crypto easy, fast, and secure, be up and running in seconds. And then, folks, you buy crypto directly. Look at this, nice and easy. You believe in DeFi, get connected and get started. And look, step one, folks, you select the payment method you can use from Visa, Skrill, ePay, GPay, AstroPay, Deal. You do the authorization by email, and then you complete the purchase. Nice and simple. So you can pay with a debit card, no government ID needed. You can pay using 40 different currencies, and you send the cryptocurrency directly to Web3 wallets like Trust Wallet and or MetaMask. And then why should you even use ArkFi, right? By using the ramp, you'll avoid the locks, waiting periods, purchase limits, centralized exchange required. And if you have any issues, they have 24/7 live support. And then so, folks, you can use the crypto immediately, $20,000 on the limits, low fees, and support. And then, folks, you can come and take a look at everything else that they have about that on the payment side for the ramps. And then, folks, this is also the link to the cards. So when you click on the cards, you can get the virtual or physical card, as I was telling you. And then here's the different things that are going on, the virtual versus the physical, $1,000 balance, $150,000 balance. Now, you do got to get offshore, private, and secure, like KYC for the physical card, but for the virtual card, you don't. All right, so 24/7 support, you can easily get signed up for that. Start easy, register anonymously, folks, deposit, and then spend on Google Pay and Samsung Pay. It's a private, quick, anonymous, air compatible. Told you, no KYC. So very good here. Then now let me show you also back here on the website. Let me get to the main menu over here. And then you would come over here and click Manage NFTs, right? And then so I was telling you earlier that I was transferring them, I was combining them and all of that different stuff, right? And then so, folks, you see I got a gold one. And then this is a 10% boost because I got it in tier one. And that was 4,000, right? Ben had that gold one. And then I had 17 silvers because I had a silver in every wallet, right? And then so I was sending them up here, combining them. I only had one platinum, and that was 10,000, but it gets a 15% bonus. And then, folks, I bought or collided 3 more platinum. So I have 4 $10,000 NFTs. And then I got this silver. So that's what that all comes up to. And then, folks, you can see the percentages are different, 10%, 5%, just depending on what NFT you got and what tier you got. Now, say I wanted to combine these and go up to the next level, right? So I could do this and I could just go level up, right? Then it tells me, right, I got one NFT and I need $6,000 to go to the next level. And then I would just need the money in there to level that all the way up. Folks, if I wanted to transfer this NFT to you, I simply click transfer, and then I would put in your transfer address and send it to you on the Polygon network. That's one thing I meant to tell you. They switched from the BNB network over to the Polygon network. And then, folks, that was as easy as is transferring those NFTs just like that. Now, let me go back over here to the menu button, folks. This is how you can consolidate NFTs. And then, so say I wanted to go up to the $50,000 NFT, right? I could come over here, click this one, 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 click this one. Now, folks, I don't need a platinum. I got 36,000 extra dollars to platinum already, right? But if I wanted to go up to the Iridium, which is the $50,000 one, I have $46,000 combined bonus, or excuse me, value from these 7 NFTs, which would mean I would just need a total of $4,000 to get to the Iridium. Now, if I wanted to go to the big boy, the diamond, then obviously I'm gonna need 54,000 because that's $100,000 NFT. But folks, this is Ark. I can't believe it. It's back, and back in a different way. No Ponzonomics. You can get to the old app right here. You can check their media, podcasts, videos, and more. You can go to the settings. You can look at the white paper. You can look at the contracts. They're still fully transparent, and I think one of the better teams in the space. So, there it is. It's Ark. Let's open up for questions about Ark right now.
Let's go, Terrance.
That was awesome. He's going to have to get that Iridium.
Oh, yeah.
He's almost there. He's right there.
Coach MT, post a link. I want everybody in here. Don't be lazy. I mean, we didn't pay this guy. He's got over 50K in the system. He's doing this out of the respect for the investment, the respect of the integrity that this team has shown, and he understands, he sees clearly, he's so based as to what's here, the value. People have deserted, they swam away from the Ark, but this is where innovation is happening. This is where you find true utility, but we have to grow the base and we have to support everybody here. We have no quarrels to the people that left, that have diversified, have gotten wrecked over and over again. Come back home. Whether you want to, be on board and be a part of the growth, or you want to be, not present, it doesn't matter. Whether you like it or hate it, you're not going to be able to deny what's happening here. So if you look at the link, if you look at the video, he doesn't even have a link to the on-ramp or the off-ramps. He's been out of tune and out of touch. He even asked me, how do I create, the link to be able to take advantage of the affiliate program? But he did it selflessly. He actually put the video first. This is what commitment is. This is what really flying the flag is. Understanding that people have gone in different directions, but we're a family. We're here to open and receive everyone. I send them a screenshot. Go to the app.arkfi.io on the left-hand side at the bottom. create my link, and you're in the game. You're earning while you sleep, passive income, not based on Ponzi, not based on people coming and taking a risk, but people that are subscribers that are using the products. Two very different things. I addressed this yesterday. Folks, the unsustainable high yields are exactly that. You need to be realistic. You need to keep it real. And that's one thing that he does. Folks are understanding that you can take your degen bag and degen it, and you can do very well if you get in early. But if you're looking for long-term sustainable, your main crypto portfolio, your main bag, this is the place to be. True utility moving in the right direction. Shout out. Sheesh. A lot of love. And I'm going to bring here a gentleman who has over 10 years in investing into the DeFi, into the degen space, into the blue chips, who's going to tell you his experience, how he sees this project has evolved. He's been in for the beginning, one of our great advisors, the one, the only, the legend, Mr. Eirphire. Sheesh.
Oh, god damn. Okay. So, yeah, I've been in a ridiculously long time in this. I would say that I know crypto more than I know traditional finance, realistically, with things. I've kind of seen everything. I haven't been in since the beginning of crypto, since January 2009, maybe like December 2009 I've been in. So like, a short term in comparison to the January thing. I've seen a lot of things come and a lot of things go. And the most thing is who is heading these things that come across? What are the morals? How do they look at things? All of these different things, because you get these. Okay, so without specifically saying names, but I think we all know the people that I'm on about here. You get these people. I'm trying to choose my wording carefully here, so please bear with my pauses in things. But it mostly comes down to the character of the people who's at the helm of these and what they're looking out for. And most of all, with Atlas, what I've seen is the best interest in people. Like this is what a few times I've physically been sat across the table from Atlas. And in things like these, it comes down to like respect of people, but not just how much I respect them, as much of how much they respect the communities around them. And with Atlas, this is the thing. There has been nobody that I have ever met in the whole of the crypto space that has cared more about the community than everybody else. And somebody who has been able to adapt more specifically to the climate of crypto at the time, adjusting to what people need, what people want, and all of this, that, and the other. And yes, okay, sure, for the past few years, especially in the DeFi space, it's been a cowboy era. Cowboy era is in like the era of what's going on. Get as much as you can out as quick as you can and like fuck everybody else and this, that, and the other. Now Atlas has taken that on board and he's seen that and is adapted and adjusted to the climate from everything. Whereas before it's all about, putting as much as you can and get out as much as you can. Whereas the thing is, the climate's changed now to more of a slow and a steady growth. And that's the thing that you can rely on the most. From what I've seen from Atlas, he is consistently working in the best interests of the community. And this is exactly the main thing behind it all. It's gone from being this putting as much as you can and get out as much as you can possible to this slow and steady growth. And I guess a lot of people in the space tend to be very, very new to the space. They've only been in 1 or 2 years rather than a lot longer time. So what they expect is to put in as much as they can and extract as much as they can as quick as they can. But the thing is that it's not sustainable. It doesn't work. Atlas is constantly adapting and moving with the vibes of everything to achieve the best possible outcomes for everybody. I have seen this man work literally night and fucking day to make everything work. And you want the more slow, sustainable growth than the big and the fast growth. Like, simple and plain. The game's changed over the years, like, drastically from what I've seen. Before, it's, yeah, you put in as much as you can and extract as much as you can. But you want to go with the slow and steady growth. And this is what Ark has adapted to be. Ark is consistently adapting and evolving to the current climate that's going on. Sorry for the pause. I'm trying not to name certain protocols here, but there is certain protocols out there that they're just trying to extract as much as they possibly can from you, and it's not the way to go about it. It's fucking immoral, like, simple and plain. Whereas they change the rules. This is it. Yeah. Imagine you're playing a fucking game, football or soccer, as a lot of the rest of the world love to call it. But imagine you're trying to get the fucking ball to the net, but it keeps moving every time. This is the fucking protocols that we're dealing with constantly. Whereas Ark it's adapting and evolving to move with that, rather than bowing down to certain specific types of investors. I'm choosing my words very carefully here because I tend to be very outspoken, but trying to be a little bit more professional with this. And it's always working in the best interests of the little people, because those are the ones that really, really matter. I mean, it's easy to go around and play these fucking whale games. I've seen it happen. I've seen it go through it many, many, many times. And all that happens is people get fucked in the process of it. And that is not the way that Ark works at all. It's looking out for everybody in every possible conceivable way. And as far as work ethic goes from this team, Jesus Christ, I have never seen anything like this over a decade in this space. Like, I know crypto better than I know the real world, basically. I've literally grown up with all of this shit. And a lot of people don't take into a lot of accountants. It's very, very easy for people to get egotistic and get caught up in all of the bullshit. The team behind Ark is definitely not one of those things. And please bear in mind, I have met these people in real life. I have sat across the table and talked to these. I have looked them in the eye and seen what they're made of. There is absolutely no way I would still be here and still be behind Ark if they were like, ooh, I almost dropped names on protocols then. I'm not gonna. But if they were like any of those other protocols, there is no way I would still be here. Like, it's too long in this game for this. My motives are not for myself. My motives are for the community as a whole. And I truly believe that Ark has the community as a whole in its aspect. I've seen it personally from your fearless leader, Atlas, here. And there's not much that can hide from the way that I judge people. It's beautiful to see how much hard work has been put into this. And I understand from a lot of people in the community, sometimes it's hard to lose sight of that because it's this and that and the other. You're looking at other protocols and you're adding the same aspects of those to this protocol. The problem is, if you're trying to compare this to any other protocol out there, you're kind of incorrect. Now, okay, as objective as it is, but I mean, I've been in this game a very, very long time. Like most of my life, I've been in crypto. And I have not seen anything like this. I haven't seen a team like this that has had the dedication to it. I know you guys will never be able to know Atlas like I have done, but I have seen how hard this fucking guy works to make everything work for the betterment of everybody in this group. He doesn't bow down to people who have the most TVL, the most this, that, and the other, and all of this other bullshit. He's looking out for everybody as a whole. I've seen this guy's work ethic. I've seen the work ethic of Brett. I've seen the work ethic of Coach MT. I mean, I've worked with Mistletoe for so many hours, it's untrue, and seen the true character of all of the people within this protocol. And after all of my years in crypto, there is literally nothing out there I would rather be with than the ARK team. They are phenomenal, and they will get to where they want to go. Like, it's Atlas, right? For example, I have seen him day through day wake up and put the fucking knife in his teeth, crawl through the trenches and dig them out like a fucking tunnel rat in the First World War to make this shit work. And just for the record, if you don't know anything about the tunnel rats in the World War One, you need to research what they fucking went through. Atlas is going through this every single day to make this shit work for you. He's dedicating his whole life to making everything work for you guys. Like, and I'm not trying to put this on as a thing of like, oh, pressure-wise, but like, he is definitely out there working for everybody. And then, like, earlier on, when I heard the video from Terrance, Terrance has what, I mean, I can say is one of the most based opinions of crypto that I have seen over at least the past decade. Maybe, well, even a few more years than a decade that I've been in this game. But a decade is a good, easy way to set a standpoint from it. I haven't seen a team that is willing to work as hard as this than any other out there. I mean, what other protocol is doing daily podcasts to answer your questions and get everything done? Like, I can think of especially two main things, which I think we're all thinking of at the same time when I think that, two main protocols. If you have a problem with those and you try and bring it to the people there, you'll get fucking banned. You'll get this, you'll get that, you'll get the other. Whereas Atlas will take on everything you're willing to say. He's putting himself out there every single day to further this protocol forwards, not for his own benefit. It literally has nothing to do with his own benefit. He wants the people to rise up. All boats rise with the tide is I guess the very, very basic way you could put what I'm putting. And Atlas wants to rise the tide, not for himself, but for everybody involved in what he's doing. Because people believe in what he's doing, and that's his reward. His reward doesn't revolve around any fiat or USD value of anything. It's the value of the whole community rising around him. And you don't have to take my word for it. Look at the people around him. Look at the team around him. Brett, Coach MT, people like that. Terrance, who's throwing out videos. Buy these dips, sorry. Yeah, I'm getting a bit carried away. But yeah, these people are standing by him consistently. Why? Because they believe in what he's putting out. I believe wholeheartedly in what he's putting out. I've seen a lot of protocols fall. A lot of protocols rise and a lot of protocols fall. And a lot of them have been from very, very similar reasons. But you look at Atlas and the way he deals with things, no, he puts a stand on those things, right? People might look at it, oh yeah, rules of an iron fist, but I would much rather that than anything else because he's looking out for everybody on a whole. It's making everything work. Like ARK, I mean, you look at it as a holistic term, the ARK, you know, it's the boat that rises above the flood and carries everybody to safety. I mean, please, somebody tell me how ARK isn't doing that. Yes, the crypto climate is changing and things change from, okay, ROI dApps were the meta at one point. But as soon as that stopped being the thing, Atlas changed the whole fucking game to make it work, but not for himself, for everybody within the community, so everybody can rise and grow together. And yeah, I can't think of anybody better to get behind than that. Like, it's not like the game's changed from this cowboy era, the Wild West of, oh, let's get as much as we can as quick as we can. You can still try that. Yeah, no worries. You go buy into some fucking shitcoin meme coins and try and make as much as you can. I mean, there is a small chance, yeah, you'll get your fucking money very, very quickly. But the game's changed. It's changed from putting in as much as you can to extracting as much as you can. to now being slow, steady growth with a team you can trust. And like the thing is, you don't need to trust in a coin or this or that or NFTs or this, that, and the other, because realistically, if you're trusting in a coin or an NFT, from my experience, you are destined to fail with that. What you need to do is get behind a team of people who can do this. It's the team that matters, because a team makes everything work, because a team works together and they grow together. If you have a protocol that has one guy at the head of it that's a fucking, let's be extreme here, a Saddam Hussein dictatorship who wants to throw this, that, and the other around, then yeah, sure, it might work, but only if you're in the close circle. Whereas Atlas works with everybody, he takes everything on board and grows with it. It's like a benevolent dictatorship, which personally I think is the best way to run anything. That's a personal opinion here, but he's looking out for the best interests of everybody else above himself. And I've sat across a table from this guy so many times. I've looked him in the eyes and I've seen his true character of everything. And there is no way I would still talk to this guy if he was anything other than that. By anything other than that, I mean, again, these people that I'm not going to name protocols just because of the space. But again, like, I'm behind Atlas all the way. I'm behind all of the team of Ark all of the way. And they're constantly adapting and adjusting to the best interests rather than trying to make what they already have work. Because, I mean, again, if you're on a sinking ship, it's just not going to work. You need to move and adapt with the climate to work for the best of the people that are involved. And this is the difference. Atlas isn't looking out for himself. I mean, realistically, from what I've seen, he cares more about the community than he does himself. I've personally seen the sacrifices that he's put in place from it. I've seen him literally go from parties I've been at and been like, no, I've got to do the podcast. And I've personally been like, no, come on, let's have a good time. And he's like, no, I need to go and do this podcast. This guy's literally taken computers and monitors to parties and disappeared to do the podcast to provide for you guys. Now, how many people who own these protocols that you know would actually answer these questions? If you had a hard-biting question for somebody who owned a protocol, they'd take weeks. They would be like, oh, I need to talk to my PR people. Oh, I need to think of a way to deal with this. Oh, yeah, this, that, and the other. Or they'll make some weird noises like I've heard in a recent podcast from a certain protocol. No, Atlas is there. He will tackle you a knife in his teeth that fucking night. You have a problem, he'll tackle it head on. Instantly. Rather than having to go and deal with a team of this, that, and the other. I mean, look at it with companies. You get companies and some shit will hit the fan and they need to deal with a PR team to see how the best way to deal with it is, to this, that, and the other, to seem amicable and agreeable with the community. You don't get that with Atlas. Atlas will take it head on himself. There's no need to rely on a PR team because he doesn't need a PR team to make something sound better. He will make it sound better himself. Okay, yeah. Like, this is kind of the mic drop moment, and I'll finish it with, let's get this crypto.
Sheesh, that was Polish. You got me fired up, Air. Oh my goodness.
Air's on fire. You get that? Air on fire. Sheesh. The Eirphire.
He should be wearing a Pope outfit. He is preaching.
The Eirphire. I love making chicken wings on the Eirphire. But yeah, man, the man's passionate. He got pumped up. I played it this morning for him. He's here in HQ working on the broadcasting system, and he heard Terrance, and The man was beaming. I mean, I was beaming. I mean, these are not paid shills. These are folks that have put real hard-earned money into the protocol, who've, jumped into every ditch in the back alley of the space over and over again. I've had some wins, losses. They get in early if you're an OG, max bags, max withdrawals. They know how to play the game. And my friends, do not hate anyone who's playing the game correctly. Applaud them, cheer them. Take it for what it truly is. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. How many times, folks, how many times? I wish I could get a magic number of reality, of truth. Did we say, do not invest what you cannot afford to invest? Think about that for a second. We never said, what you can afford to lose. I don't believe in losing. So I never used the word lose. Do not invest what you cannot afford to invest. I mean, we have mottos. We have, things that we do, things that we say, always with the best interest, because we don't know if somebody is a bona fide OG, hardcore, degen investor, max bag whale that is going to come in, play his game, and we'll applaud him. Or somebody that's coming in that heard a call on some group and they've got 2 pennies to rub and they turn it into a couple of, tiny minuscule Satoshis and then convert that and swap it into some, BUSD, and then they come into our protocol. It doesn't matter. The truth is always the same, whether you're big, whether you're small. Do not invest what you can afford to invest. Crucify me if you want for that, but I do believe there's always a positive connotation, because the folks that are working their jobs and that's all they do, they're going to be stuck in that rat race. You need to invest if you want to propel yourself, if you want to grow as an investor, as a human being. If you want to provide for your family, you need to take the risk, but they need to be calculated. You need to not drink the Kool-Aid. You need to invest only your investment capital. And Terrance is the epitome of that, because this guy takes it to a whole nother level. I mean, this guy, if you go to his channel, and Coach MT, do please post here for the listeners the link so they can go and clap it up and let the man feel the love of the core community here on the Ark, because the man is so based. He's so true to being a absolute degen who is a person who also has long-term vision, who has family, who understands what degen and long-term and short-term and medium investing is and keeps it real. He says to his community, folks, this is degenerate gambling. I mean, straight up. Can you hate the guy? Can you look down on him for spelling it out for you? The amount of risk that people take when they come into the space. And that's what he deals with on a daily level. And he came to us because he's looking for those high yield plays all day, every day. I've been a witness to him putting 120K into a protocol and in 3 months taking 950K out. Hate him, love him, sheesh. I personally love the guy because he told every one of his investors this is a gamble. He promoted the ARK. He said, guys, this is high yield. Truly risky. He uses the word lose. I don't like to use the word lose. But he kept it real. And there's people that respect the truth when it's spoken. They understand what high degen play really means. And they tell you, get in early, I'm early, you're early, let's go. And they also tell you probably what I've said at this point, I don't know, maybe 700,000 times. Pay yourselves, folks. Pay yourself. And if you consider yourself to be somebody who's been tapped in, tuned in, turned on to the Ark, if you know Atlas, you should have engraved into your subconsciousness, pay yourself, sir, madame. This is a win and lose game. There's no Kool-Aid being sold here. There's enthusiasm. There's a lot of passion for what we do, for the growth, for the promoters, for the folks that have taken it upon themselves to expand and use the mechanisms and commissions coming through the programs. That's a beautiful thing. It's nothing to be ashamed or look down on. What is shameful is the people who abuse those systems. So those people that tell you to go out and buy the dip, and promise you flying on a private freaking jet while the whole thing's collapsing. And I can stand here with Brett and with the whole team in the honor of understanding the dangers because we express them. We put them in not the fine print. I mean, we pasted this like graffiti. And playing that game and then saying, hey, while we're playing this game, while you're buying your NFTs, those NFT funds are going to build something real, something you can stand behind, something that's not a Ponzi, something that will stand the test of time. And delivering on that. You want a system to be 2% a day off of a real business? We could do it, but we have to grow the business. And that's what we're here to do. So sometimes we need to lower our appetite, lower our speed of ambition to terms that are realistic, into businesses that are in the real world, into revenues that even in the real world are mind-shattering, mind-blowing. What is your bank giving you? If you put, 100 grand at Bank of America, or JP Morgan, Chase, what are they giving you a year? DeFi is a beautiful space. A lot of people have abused it. A lot of people have made false promises. There's a lot of false prophets. At the Ark, we've always kept it real. This is the degen play. And again, going back to Terrance, he's kept it real. This is as good as it will go, as far as who knows. When Pepe comes out and says, hey, I'm here, 100x in 3 hours, then people will lose their interest and they will go. So always pay yourself. But in our transition, in our growth, we do not want to onboard investors into a degen play. On the contrary, we want to save you from the degen. We want to, brush you off, get you showered, get you shaved, get you looking your best, put you in a freaking tuxedo, folks. With a glass of champagne in your hand, toasting with the fireworks behind you and say, wow, we built something here. We have a true business. And it's not just a crypto business. It's a real world business. It's giving folks the opportunity who are having success in the crypto business to on-ramp, off-ramp, live their best life. And now we're going deeper into the realm. We're providing security products. We're giving everyone in the globe, whether you're in China, whether you're in Germany, whether you're in Brazil, all around the globe, the opportunity to have true decentralized products when it comes to your email, storage, password management. Come on, guy. Come on now. Sheesh. It's been an amazing journey, a wonderful journey. We thank every single one of you for being here. Shout out to my man Terrance from the bottom of my heart, from the degens to the CEOs. There's not one person that can look over their shoulder and see the arc and not find some inspiration to the level of commitment, integrity, morals, transparency, and the grit to keep on moving, to keep on fighting. Started from the bottom. Now we're here. And boy, is it getting serious. Let's get to crypto.